Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Crystal, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm sat in my flat in Rochester, where I've been for most of the day, apart from taking my dog for a walk out twice. Today has been a strange day. It's been a really weird day. I got up this morning at 8:10, and I didn't realise I had ordered shopping for Easter. And I must have ordered it when I didn't have a fridge, because the stuff that I ordered was I've got myself no proper meals. I haven't. I'm gonna have to go out at some point again and get a couple of ready meals for next week. I don't know what I was doing. I must have forgotten about it and forgot to cancel it. So I took Max for a walk this morning, and I had that letter yesterday, and I was feeling a bit pissed off and a bit worried as well, because times are tough for everybody, not just me, a load of people. And letters like that can worry you to death. They can. So I went out. I was feeling a bit like, oh my god, what's going to happen next, type of thing. Walked onto the field, took Max for a walk. It wasn't too bad. I came back home with Max, came into my flat, and it wasn't till near lunchtime that I realised that a large sum of money had gone out of my bank account, £72. And I thought, oh my god. Then I realised that I'd ordered Waitrose shopping about a month ago, and it was Waitrose, and apparently it had been delivered between 10 and 11 when I was out walking my dog. So I got on the phone to Waitrose customer service, and a Chinese woman answered. She was Chinese. She said to me, Crystal, I'll try and contact the driver and get him to deliver it again. And it was about 1:10 in the afternoon, and I thought, what am I going to do? When is it coming? She said she'd email me. So 45 minutes went past and there was no email. And this Waitrose lorry came down Corey's Road and went to the bottom and turned round, and I thought, oh my god, that's not for me. But it was. And I'm very, very nice, polite driver, very helpful driver, very jolly driver, 62-year-old guy. Very, very chatty, and thank you for delivering that to me, because it was my fault. I forgot all about my shopping. So I'm very grateful to that driver, and it's nice to have a driver that's jolly and helpful. So I took the stuff in, and of course bending down, and strained myself again, and I started to get in this nasty pain back. So I'm going back to the doctors in May anyway. I think I've damaged something. I don't know what it is. Or is it to do with the heartburn? Because I'd eaten something as well. I'd eaten like my lunch, that chicken korma, when that pain started underneath my ribs and my back, my shoulder blade. That could be heartburn. When I don't eat, I don't get it. So it's something to do with my food and digesting. I know that, because if I don't eat, I don't get that pain. So I put the food in. I have got a heavy chest, and it's like carrying tons and tons of sugar or bags of potatoes, and it pulls me forward, and I think I might have strained myself, as well as top of having heartburn. Anyway, I put the shopping away. I had a nibble of a hot cross bun, And food intolerances can cause irritation as well, intolerances to food. And I don't know if I've got any or not. You've got to find out by trial and error, haven't you? What is causing this pain? What food intolerance is it? Put the food away, and I had to take Max for a walk this afternoon. So I went down to the mailbox, and my mum's letter was in there. There was a, there was a letter my mum wrote about 2 weeks ago that I didn't get. Well, this is the letters that my mother wrote to me 2 days ago. And she'd put £30 in it. £30. She sent it out a couple of days ago. I'll read it out to you in a minute. So I picked up my mum's letter, 2 King Charles stamps on it. Took Max up onto the fields, and I had my baseball cap on, and like I was incognito. I had my sunglasses, my cap on. I just didn't want to be disturbed. I felt really, really grotty and pissed off. I'd had a message from Universal Credit telling me that Susan is going to contact me next week, so I've got to make sure that I don't miss that. And they want evidence of my ID. So I'm going to have a phone call, and if they don't think that I'm Crystal, they're going to ask me to go to Chatham Job Centre. I live in Rochester. There isn't a job centre in Rochester. It's in Chatham. There's a TikToker. She's a drug addict, an ex-drug addict, and she's got long red hair, and she does videos from Chatham. She was in the Pentagon Centre today, doing videos of lamps in. It's made me want to buy one, but I'm not going to because I haven't got the money. £25. Just been into TikTok. Hayley's done a video of herself in the Pentagon Centre. She's got long red hair. She dyes her hair red. I don't know who's living in my old flat now, but the last time I knew it was a woman with long red hair, but I don't know. I have never taken drugs, and I've never been on a drug rehabilitation course because I haven't taken drugs. So I watched Hayley's video because she lives in Medway. She's 10 years younger than me. She lives in Medway. I was interested. I was happy that I was going to get a call from Universal Credit next week. I'm still not happy about what's happened, but I'm glad I've got a call coming. And maybe it's a good idea if they see me in person in the Chatham Job Centre. So I took Max out for a walk, and I just kept myself to myself, walked around the field. The tents are still there. Nobody was fishing. No men from Norse were there fiddling with the life buoy or on those steps. It was quite fairly quiet. There was kids out, and mums with their kids, mums pushing prams and all that, because it's the Easter holidays. I haven't got any kids, so I'm on my own. And I came back into my flat, and it's about an hour ago now, an hour before the guy comes in upstairs. I had this private number call me, a private number, and the phone hurts my face, and I thought, oh my God, like, who is this? Who is this? Posh female voice, very posh female voice. She said her name was Kathryn. Kathryn. It's really posh. And she was working on behalf of Lauren Edwards, the MP. But I can't validate that because I've had no phone number, no text message, and no email. She did sound very similar to the lady of victim support that I wrote about, and the phone call made me ill. This call was cut short because, to be honest, when someone contacts me out of the blue on a private number and says they're from somewhere. I don't know that. I don't know that, do I? It's like, I don't know that. I don't know she's working for Lauren Edwards, the Labour MP for Rochester. So I asked her a few questions to make sure it was her. She sounded really posh, almost royal, posh. She said, I'm Kathryn. She said, I need you to tell me a few more details about what you need help with, and then I can see if I can help you. And then I said, well, I want to move out of this property. She said, well, something to the effect like, unless I've got stage 4 cancer. This is what this woman said to me. Unless I've got something like stage 4 cancer, the council won't move me. They won't move me up the band into bad A unless I've got stage 4 cancer. And I thought, I don't like how you're speaking. You're alarming me. And she must have known by the tone of my voice I didn't like what she was saying. And you don't have to speak to me if you don't want to. And I said, well, you said you was going to help me. You wanted to help me. She said, well, can you tell me things that have happened with the police? She said, I can help you with the police and your doctor and the council, but I need more information. Can you give me the crime reference numbers? Now, can you understand that I am wary when someone calls on a private number? She could be working for a newspaper and says to me, can you give me your crime reference numbers? Can you give me more information? And I just ended the call after 20 minutes because it sounded like the woman from victim support, and I got very sick after the phone call. Whilst I was on the phone, next door's kids were going mental. Not the guys upstairs, he's been at work all day. The kids to the left of me, they were going mental. They were banging my wall, they were running up and down. It was really, really loud. It was loud, it was bad. And I was talking to this woman, and next door was going mental. It was like they were swinging from trees. I'm sorry, it sounded terrible. It sounded like there was a circus next door, and I'm not joking. And she said, I told her, I said, you're speaking to me, yeah? It sounds like next door's trying to break through my wall. And she said, well, have you got microphone equipment? You can tape it. I said, no, my phone doesn't pick it up, funnily enough. I said, it doesn't get picked up by a microphone on my Samsung phone. It doesn't. And she said, well, perhaps you can contact Medway Council and see if you can get them to come out with equipment and tape, get equipment so that you can record it and send it to them. I said, to be honest, Kathryn, I just want to move. I want to move out of here. Well, I don't think, unless you have a mutual exchange. I said, well, I had 2 social workers come out, and I said, well, I need help with making my home fit, like I've just moved in, so that people can come and see it and view it. I said, that's what I asked social services to help me with, and they haven't got back to me. I said, I'm doing everything myself I possibly can. I said, but, a woman needs help. I can't carry a fridge freezer down the stairs or get it in the lift by myself. I can't do that. Physically, I'm unable to do that. And the social workers said the same thing. They said they wouldn't be able to lift that heavy thing down the stairs either. We all need help at support sometimes. So, back to square one. This woman, private number, once said, can you send, am I supposed to send Lauren Edwards all my crime reference numbers, including the incident with Charlie? She wants all that. I don't know what's going on. This strange woman rings out of nowhere called Kathryn, and she sounds very posh. She said, I can help you, but I need the crime reference numbers to all the incidents. Well, there's hundreds of them. Hundreds. And by the way, the guy upstairs has just come in after that phone call. So remember, guys, that Medway Council won't move me out of here unless I've got something like stage 4 cancer. And that's exactly what she said. Now we're going on to my mother's letter. 2 King Charles stamps. And hasn't our King Charles got cancer? King Charles has got cancer, hasn't he? He's being treated for cancer. I don't know what's going on. Postmark. Congratulations, Rory McIlroy, on completing your career Grand Slam. That's what that says, that postmark. Well, perhaps King Charles has stage 4 cancer. I don't know what's going on. We have a creased up £20 note. AR31, AH31 and CA13. Now I've got to get the letter when my mum asked me if my dog is okay. How's your dog? The woman was exceedingly posh, very posh. I come from London, I'm common, absolutely posh. Tuesday, 15th of April 2025, 1:04 p.m. This is written from my mother Jennifer's flat in Chatham. Dear Genestra, just a short note wishing you, Genestra, a good happy Easter. Things are still the same here. It has been raining and I suppose the weather is just the same where you are. I hope Max, your dog, is fit and well. Also Harry, your cat, is keeping well. Do keep in touch, as I have just written. Have a very good Easter. Enclosed £30. Bye for now, Mum. And that looks like 333, the number of the 3 Masons, 33. I don't know what's going on. So I'm getting a call about my benefits being changed over to Universal Credit next week. If they don't believe it's me, Crystal, on the phone, I'm going to have to go to the job centre for an interview. Okay? I have no airs and graces. I'm just common as muck. And I'm not changing for anyone. So I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. So I had a long phone call with a woman who said she can't help me unless I had stage 4 cancer. And he's just come in upstairs. Clod hopping across the ceiling. See you later.